What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Smores Indoors and the Collector's Inquisition. It's the first time we've done this show in it's been a while. We did a bunch of them, I think, last year, and so now we are back with another run of these shows, and got some more coming up after this week. But I'm excited to get this show underway. Got a new channel here that we're featuring that I've recently started to watch, and I want you guys to go check him out too. His name is Kyle from Kyle's Movie Collection. Kyle, what's going on?
Hello,
How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Doing well. Well, I'm glad to have you here. Excited to do this interview with you, as random as it may be. And I want to first, though, before we get started, talk a little bit. First off, I know you mentioned this in your channel. It's kind of interesting that you do photography. I've worked as a photojournalist for the past 15 years, so kind of got a little connection there. So that's kind of cool.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But why don't you, for anybody that's new to your channel, obviously, guys, it's linked below in the description of this video. But why don't you tell the folks a little bit about what you do on your channel?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, first off, thank you for having me on here. I'm
Absolutely.
glad to be here. Um, yeah, I started this channel in late 2022, and I just collect physical media, as you can probably tell behind me. I love all the different boutique labels and just, buying all different kinds of stuff, different formats, and um, I don't know, just interacting with everybody else and just talking about, the latest releases or, old stuff, new stuff, and just kind of the history of film. So that's just kind of like a little bit of a rundown of what I love about like this platform. But yeah, I mean, a lot of my videos consist of like collection updates or, topic videos, whether that's like, Christmas movies or different horror movies or different collections within my collection, whether that's Laserdisc or VHS or stuff like that.
Awesome. Well, like I said, guys, go check him out. Check out some of his Sunday night streams. And when do you usually put your just produce videos out? Is that Tuesday? Is that right?
Usually Tuesdays, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I have live streams on Sunday nights, usually like at 7 o'clock, and then most Tuesdays I'll post a video as well. So, um, but
Awesome. Well, guys, go check him out. Like I said. So, Collector's Inquisition. Give a little reminder for those of you watching this for the first time in a while, because we haven't done one in a while. 25 questions will be asked of Kyle out of 150 that I have here, and those questions that he gets asked are going to be based on numbers he gives me throughout the interview here. So, Kyle, are you ready for the Inquisition?
I am.
All right. Well, let's start out with your first question. What's your first number?
Let's go 33.
33, okay. And I'm keeping track of it here, so if you
Oh yeah.
repeat one, I'll let you know. All right, here we go. Do you ever cry during movies?
Ooh, that's a good one. Yes, I would say I would. It really depends, obviously, on the movie, but um, yeah, there's just been a few like solid films that I don't know. At the end of it, I just find myself just tearing up. But
Right.
um, yeah,
Do you have one in particular that you can think of?
um, the first time I watched Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, I feel like that one hit me pretty hard.
Okay.
Um, and I usually like the drama, like romance type of movies when I watch those
Oh,
um but or films within the Criterion collection, sometimes those that are like super emotional that I find myself tearing up with. But
okay. All right. Number two.
um let's go 47.
47. I like the random numbers here. Uh, what food would you like to judge in a food taste off?
Ooh. um hmm
I don't think I've
that's a
ever asked
great
this one.
question. um I really like carrot cake, so
Okay.
I'd say probably carrot cake. I mean, I feel like
Carrot
all
cake's
carrot cake's
underrated.
good, but yeah, it's probably my favorite dessert, so I'd probably say carrot cake.
And the cream cheese frosting.
Oh
Well,
yeah.
I'm on a diet right now. I can't think about it
Mm.
too much. So, all right, number 3.
um, let's go 23.
Okay, Michael Jordan. To what physical media company would you like to write a letter of complaint or admiration? I think I know the answer to this.
Probably Criterion, and it would definitely be Admiration because it's my favorite boutique label of all time. Um, and I just feel like everything that they've just been putting out is just fantastic, and the quality is just great. And it's one of those labels that I never feel bad about spending money on because I know I'm getting a solid product for my money. But
Right. Do you ever? I tell you what I do is I'll hit a lot of like resale stores and stuff, and it
mhm.
doesn't matter what the title is. If I find a Criterion for like $5 or under, I buy it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So haven't watched all of them, but I'll just buy them because I feel like that's a good price to pay. So
Oh yeah, yeah. And I feel like even if you do buy one that might not seem like something you're into, like, yeah, I mean, you're getting just solid restoration work and just
mhm.
solid special features, and it like opens your mind to like a lot of different and new types of films, which I love about the company.
Yeah,
But
yeah. Even their DVDs look great too. So
oh yeah,
um,
yeah.
yeah. All right, number 4.
Let's go 101.
All right, gotta scroll for this one. Uh, what was the scariest movie you ever seen?
Ooh, hmm, man, that's such a hard question. um, I feel like I get asked that question like a decent amount because I love horror as a genre. Um, man,
Yeah, you can use your cheat sheet behind you there. That whole wall of stuff.
um, hmm. I don't know if it was like the scariest one, but it probably got under my skin, which I guess kind of is the same thing. But the film Martyrs was
Okay.
like, you know, it was one that you just like it impacted me. That I felt like I just had to like, after the movie, I had to just like take a second and just kind of sit there. Um, so Martyrs, but I don't know. I'm constantly finding new horrors, so that answer will probably change in the future. But
Yeah, I think it too. It can depend on the state of mind you're in at the time
mhm,
too. Definitely.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
uh,
But thankfully, I don't really find horror movies like scary. It's more of just like fun to watch. But
right.
so I've never been like really scared with watching a horror movie, even at a young age. But
Yeah.
I know some people get very scared with scary. But um, yeah,
Yep. Okay. Number 5.
let's go 82.
82. All right. Uh, about what percentage of your collection have you never watched?
Ooh. um, So I have a running joke with my in-laws and my wife that, they'll ask if I've seen something, and I'll always say, "Well, I haven't seen it, but I own it." And so I have a decent amount of things in my collection that I haven't seen. Um, wow. It was what I haven't watched, correct?
Yes. Yes.
I'd say maybe like 35 or 40%
Okay.
of what I own that I haven't seen. I always run into the issue of buying up like a lot of movies, and then I just add, like another 100 to my collection that I haven't seen, and so that number is obviously constantly changing as well. But um, yeah, I'd say probably roughly 40%.
Well, you can always say you're 100% on the fact that you've seen the cover of it. Uh,
Yeah, yeah,
there you go. Just go with that.
yeah, yeah.
Uh, all right. Number 6.
um, let's go 122.
What was your favorite Halloween costume as a kid?
Ooh. Um, so like growing up, as a kid, I didn't really do the Halloween thing.
Okay.
Um, and it's just something that my family just never really did. And so I never really like had a kid Halloween costume. But then there were times when I was like more of like a teenager. I would go out with friends and we would kind of dress up, or we would dress up to go to Chipotle to get the, burritos at the discount
Sure.
rate or whatever. Um, I once went as like a zombie apocalypse survivor, and so like I had kind of like I had like a airsoft gun and a machete and like I don't know, just like a bunch of zombie apocalypse stuff on.
Yeah.
But I'd say that would probably be my favorite if I had to choose.
Okay. Cool. Number 7.
Um, let's go. I don't know. 136.
Okay. Whom would you want to interview, and what would you ask them?
Um, So like I want to be a movie director someday, or like that's kind of like my goal in life is to direct films and actually make movies.
Mhm.
Um, and so I would probably say um, living would probably be David Lynch, but passed away I'd say probably Stanley Kubrick. And I would just probably, which those are like two of my favorite directors, and so I'd probably just like pick their brain on just different movie things, like different techniques, and why they chose to do something a specific way. So probably just stuff like that.
Okay. Cool. It's good. Those are good brains to pick, I'm sure. So,
Oh yeah. Um, but
number 8.
um, let's go 148.
48. All right. What new shows, albums, games, or movies are you looking forward to?
Hmm. Um, I'm very curious with Dune Part Two. I think that comes out this year, and um, trying to think what else is supposed to come out this year that I'm looking forward to watching. Um, I also like do fall into the trap of, since I have so much in physical media, that I like don't keep up with like current movies.
Yeah.
Um, because I'm always like, oh, I'll just watch what I have, and then eventually I'll buy up the current ones whenever they're a year or two old, and then I'll watch them. But um, yeah, I would say probably, I mean, Dune Part Two.
Okay.
It'd probably be my answer for that, I guess.
I'm curious about the Beetlejuice too. Also, it's
Yeah, I'm curious how they're gonna do that. Um, but
I'm in Michael Keaton. I'm in. So,
yeah.
all right, number 9.
Let's go. What was that? Let's go one. I guess 150. Let's do 150.
Okay. So, what is your favorite non-movie or media related YouTube channel?
Ooh. Um, I really like watching Cody Ko on YouTube.
Okay.
Me and my wife always watch all of his videos together, so I'd probably say Cody Ko would probably be my favorite.
So, I'm
And
not
I have a
familiar. What's kind of his theme?
he does a lot of like action videos to like other contents. It's like a lot of comedy based stuff.
Gotcha.
Um, but I'd say that would probably be my favorite non movie related one. But I have a whole list of favorite movie ones.
Well, that's
Um,
another question on here, so we might get to it.
okay.
uh, number 10.
Um, let's go 94.
Okay. This is similar. You might change up your answer because your answer might have been similar to the interview question. But this one is: if you had your own late night talk show, who would you invite as your first guest and why?
Hmm. It's a great question. Um, hmm. I don't know. That's a great question. Um, Probably like, I mean, I'll change it slightly for my interview question, but I guess like Martin Scorsese.
Okay.
I mean, similar to the other ones, but Martin Scorsese or really any other director. I love just watching all of the works of like different directors and like how they've like developed their style over time. So I just find it fascinating. But
Scorsese would probably be the better like talk show guest too out of the
yeah,
three.
yeah, yeah.
So, um, all right, number 11.
Let's go 90 or hmm, let's go like number 80. Yeah.
80. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Do you like animated movies, and what are some of your favorites, if so?
Um, I would say overall I do. It's not like my favorite genre in like because I mean obviously horror and stuff, but overall I do like animated films. I never find myself like gravitating towards them like to watch. Some of my favorites though, growing up, I watched a film called Pebble and the Penguin, which is I think it was put out by MGM, if I'm not mistaken. Or yes, maybe. Yeah, MGM. And I would say it was just a is a solid film, and I watched it just over and over growing up. But I'm trying to think of any other like favorite animated. I really like Big Hero 6. I feel like that's a
Okay.
solid film.
Mhm.
Um, and Zootopia is also fantastic. Um, but yeah, I'm sure as soon as I get off this, I'm gonna think of like five more that would be
That's
up there.
that's
But
how it goes, I think.
yeah,
Uh, number 12.
let's go number 68.
Okay. Name your biggest guilty pleasure film.
Ooh. Um, I'd say probably Alien versus Predator.
Okay.
Because I know it's like it's not necessarily good, but it's just one of those films that I've watched over and over now, and I just absolutely love. I love the idea of it, and definitely only the first one. The second one is not super great, but the first one, I love the concept of it. It's just like a fun concept, but I would say probably that or um, I'd say maybe The Room. The Room is a solid, like, you know, just get together with friends and laugh at a movie. But I don't know if that's like it counts as a guilty pleasure movie. But I guess I'll just say Alien versus Predator.
Okay. Cool. 13.
Um, let's see. Let's go 50. Did I say 57 already? I can't remember.
No, no 50s yet.
Sweet. Let's go 57.
All right. What 5 people, living or dead, would you invite to dinner?
Hmm. Um, I think that's a great question too. Um,
I only have great questions here. That's what this says. So.
um, probably, man, I don't want to keep saying the same people that I'd interview or, um,
Well, that you've named 3. There's 2 more spots
I
available.
guess so.
So
Yeah, yeah. I guess yeah. Kubrick, Scorsese, David Lynch, and um, Hmm. Probably the YouTuber Daisuke Beppu.
Okay.
Um, I feel like his knowledge of film is just very interesting. I would love just to sit and chat with him. Um, and then wow, maybe Alfred Hitchcock on top of that.
Okay.
I feel like he's also he was a interesting filmmaker, so I would love to
Definitely.
chat with him. But
Awesome. Awesome. 14.
let's go 52.
All right. Um, I have that question in here twice. We're gonna skip. We're gonna make it 53.
Okay.
I have to fix that. They're not all good questions, I guess. What was your most precious childhood possession?
Hmm. Um, hmm. I would say I got the Lego set, the Millennium Falcon, when I was pretty young.
Okay.
Um, and I remember my parents told me, if I wanted it, I'm gonna have to like do chores and stuff around the house to get money for it. And so I pretty much spent an entire summer like working for it. Um, like favorite things that I ever got because I worked super hard for it and I was so excited to actually like finally get it.
Hmm.
Um, and currently it's sitting in my office in my house because it's just,
Nice.
it's right up there with like some of my most like cherished things. I think it was only like $120 or something. But as a kid, that seemed like such a
Yeah,
outrageous amount of money to buy
that's a lot.
something. So, I'd say that's probably my most prized possession as a child. So,
Yeah. And
um,
number 52, by the way, was what is the best Halloween costume you ever had? So that's kind of a redundant question. So we skipped that one. 15.
um, let's go 44.
Okay. Uh, what tech tools play the biggest role in your life?
What was it?
What tech tools play the
Tech
biggest
tools.
role in your life?
Like what? Like pieces of technology are like
Yeah, I
most.
guess obviously a
Okay.
lot of people phone is
Yeah.
probably the biggest, but have any
Um,
others?
I would say like for like my job, like I'm a wedding photographer slash videographer,
Hmm.
and I would say obviously like my camera is pretty
Sure.
big. Two very important pieces to that. Um, but I mean also phone, but I guess also to enjoy my hobby would be my TV and 4K player and stuff. But yeah.
This is a nerdy photography question, but what's
Hmm.
your lens of choice?
Um, so I have like a couple. I have so right now I currently have the Canon R5, which is the mirrorless
Okay.
camera. I only have one lens for that particular camera. Because then all of my other lenses are for like the old mirrored cameras. So the mirrorless lens that I have, I think it's RF lens, is a 35 millimeter. But I really, really like the 70 to 200, the Canon 70 to 200 lens.
Yes.
I just
I
feel
have
like no
one.
matter,
I have one sitting right down there on the floor.
yeah, I feel like no matter what photo you take with it, it looks great. And it's not necessarily practical all the time. Um, but I don't know, I find myself kind of gravitating towards that pretty often. But either that or the 51.2. So
Yeah.
it's kind of one of those. But
when I was younger, I used to shoot a lot of sports, and I had a 300 2.8, and that thing
Oh,
was sweet. But
I want one of
I'm
those.
too old for that now. Anyway, we'll get off the dork stuff. All right, number 16.
Hmm. Let's go 34.
34. All right. With your home in danger, what would you try to save besides family?
I mean, does a cat count as family?
We'll count the cat as family too.
Okay. Um, hmm. That's a great question. Um,
So you got two hands. You can save two most important things. What are you grabbing?
Man. Um, wow. I don't know. That's that's a great question because I'm trying to think of everything that's, not covered by business insurance or stuff like
Sure,
that of like,
sure.
because I'm like, well, if the camera, if it, breaks or whatever, like it's
It's
covered under
replaceable,
insurance.
yeah.
Like, yeah. Um, I would say some like notebooks of just different things that I've written over the years. Um, I know like for like me and my wife, we've written notes back and forth, so maybe something like that, or
Sure.
different scripts that I've written. Just like it's all on a hard drive, but if the hard drive just, I guess the hard drive would be one thing to grab. Um, and so like different stuff like that, that scripts and stories that I've just like written that I wouldn't be able to rewrite just how they are now.
Yeah.
But
Gotcha. It's so weird how that over time changes, because
mm,
people a lot of time and many years ago would say, "Oh, the photo albums,
mhm.
we can't get those back," but it's all on a phone now.
Yeah,
There's your
yeah.
photo album. So it's weird how time changes.
Oh yeah,
Like
yeah.
a hard drive, let's grab the hard drive. So it's interesting. Number 17.
um, let's go 27.
27. All right. What magazines do you read, and how do you read them?
Um, I don't really read magazines all that much.
Okay.
Um, I'd say it's, I don't know. It's one thing that I've just like never really like gotten into. Like every now and then I would have like growing up I would buy like a Star Wars magazine or something, but
Sure.
um I don't know, I never like really like I was never like a big reader, I guess.
Okay.
So
Um, 18.
let's go 24.
All right. What words or phrases do you think are overused?
Um wow. I'm trying to think of all like the current day slang of
Yeah.
things, which I'm a little behind on now. Maybe literally is probably the most like one
Okay.
of the most overused things I think. Um, so
Okay.
yeah.
That works. That works. 19.
Um, let's go 18.
Okay. This is kind of a thing of the past, a little bit, I guess, but do you go out to the stores for Black Friday sales?
Um, I
Or
used to,
did you? Okay.
yeah. There was actually I used to go out every single Black Friday, but I haven't gone out in the last like 3 or so. Um, the one year is the year I bought my first flat screen TV. It was like my
Mhm.
first 4K TV, and so I decided, if I'm going to be buying a TV, I should probably go to Best Friday and get one. And then that following year, I bought a bunch of 4K movies. But now I'd say I don't really do Black Friday all that much. The closest thing I would say I do is like the Vinegar Syndrome Black Friday sale. Um, or I think Severin also does a Black Friday sale. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's just,
Yeah, that's kind of the way it is now. I miss the pre-pandemic Black Fridays. There's just something about standing in a Best Buy at like 3 in the morning. I don't know what
oh
it
yeah.
was, but it was just kind of cool and fun to
Yeah.
go out and get those deals. And
Oh yeah.
that's part of my problem. That's why I've got so much stuff boxed, is because I'm a sucker for a good deal. So
Yeah.
I'll like buy everything that whatever. But yeah, but I miss the old Black Fridays. But
Yeah. It was fun to just, chatting with people online and,
yeah,
just hoping that they would have enough of something. But
right,
um,
yeah,
yeah, it's all going to be gone, which is, I mean, this upcoming Black Friday, now that Best Buy is stopping, holding movies, I feel like it's, that was like half the fun was going to Best Buy and seeing what was on sale. But
yeah. I can't think of another store that does a normal one anymore.
yeah,
Walmart I think does like a sales throughout the month, and then
yeah,
I don't know about Target, but
yeah.
I don't know who else has them. But anyway, number 20.
Um, let's go 15.
Okay, what movie was filmed closest to your home?
Hmm. I don't know if this. I mean, there's a lot of things filmed in Cleveland.
Sure.
So actually, I kind of have two answers for this. The
Okay.
first one, I was in Cleveland. Um, I was going to a concert, and um, the uh, I kind of turned the corner, and then I saw like a whole film set, and they were filming part of Fast and Furious 8. So I was
Okay.
actually, kind of there to see it being filmed. Another one, I live it's about maybe like an hour or so away of the Shawshank Redemption prison.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Cool.
and so me and my wife actually went there for my birthday one year, and we were able to kind of walk around there. And it was really cool because it's like, you see all the different spots where they actually filmed things, and some of the different props and whatnot was there.
Right.
Um, and I think it's in Mansfield, which it's a lot of fun to check out. Um, I guess I also have one other small answer, which I don't know if this counts or not, but I was a production assistant for a small documentary that aired on Discovery Plus. That it was actually like filming in my hometown, which was kind of fun.
Oh,
So
nice.
I was like, I was a part of that, which was fun. But um, yeah,
Mine, and I did like one little short video one time. I need to go do like a comprehensive uh out and about video, but A League of Their Own was shot all in my
mm,
area. So
that's cool.
and actually I saw an interview with Tom Hanks not too long ago, and that was like one of his favorite shoots because he was with his kids all summer and playing baseball and stuff.
It's fun.
So I need to go out and record all that stuff.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah. Number 21.
Um, let's go number 10.
Okay. What's the best looking steel book you've ever seen?
Ooh. Hmm. That's a great question. I really like the Stanley Kubrick 4K steelbooks that have been coming out. Um, so The Shining, Full Metal Jackets, 2001, and what was the other one? Clockwork Orange.
Yeah.
Out of all of those, I'd say probably two, my favorite looking one.
Okay. Cool. I always love that the American Psycho one,
Mm.
the
Oh
Lionsgate
yeah.
one, and then the first Guardians of the Galaxy, the Walkman one
Hmm.
was a cool one too.
Yeah. I regret
Um,
not buying either of those.
yeah,
I um I kind of wish I at least picked up the Guardians of the Galaxy one. I feel like that's pretty cool. But
yeah.
um yeah.
It's weird now that Steelbooks have like their own slipcover and stuff too. It's getting a little
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah. But
But
I really should do like a video talking about all the different steel books I have because I have them just
yeah,
kind of scattered throughout my whole collection. But
right.
um, yeah,
Yeah, I'm not typically like I don't go out of my way to get Steelbooks
yeah,
personally, but if
yeah.
I get a deal on one, I'll grab it. But
Hmm.
yeah, 22.
Um, let's go. I don't know. 55.
Okay. What would your fantasy spring break be like?
Um, Probably just hanging out with friends at the house. I'm definitely more of like an introvert. So like going out with like a you know bunch of people just sounds horrible. So I mean, probably just friends, bonfire, movie, maybe like an outdoor projector movie, something like that.
Yeah,
But yeah,
that
I
would
love
that
that
would
type of stuff.
kind of be my ideal thing now too. So I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
23.
Um, let's go 60. Let's go 66.
All right. Uh, what is your least favorite movie?
Mm. So um, I would say the movie 43,
Okay.
if you've heard of it.
Yes.
Um, I think it's because it's not so much of the movie itself. I mean, first, the movie itself, I don't find funny. It's more of like the backstory behind the movie, where the director basically tricked a bunch of actors into being in his movie. Where he basically was able to convince one big name actor because they owed them a favor or whatever.
Hmm.
And then he went to the next actor. He's like, oh well, Chris Pratt's in this, and then whoever else is in the movie.
Gotcha.
And so he basically just like did that over and over and was able to convince a bunch of people to be in the movie. Um, and it's like a really lazy, like it's not a very funny movie, it's not very creative, and so I was just not I just didn't think it was very funny. And I don't know, it's annoying because it's like so much like resources and energy was put into making it when it's like they didn't care about making a good movie.
Right.
But other than that, I would also say one that is kind of a controversial pick, I guess, with some people. But Avatar 2, um,
Okay.
like I was not a big fan of. Um, and I mean, if other people enjoy it, that's fine. But it kind of goes along with the thing of like, there's so many, like so much, like energy and effort put towards it, but the story just wasn't there. Um, but I guess also, I guess I have a few least favorite movies.
Okay.
Um, sorry, but
No, you're good.
um, I would say the Disney Star Wars movies as well as a collective group of films. Um,
Yeah.
at least episodes, Force Awakens, Last Jedi, and Rise of Skywalker. Um, I think it's just I don't know. And there's whole video essays going about on YouTube of just why they don't work. And so I think yeah, because I remember sitting in the theater and just laughing at them, and it's I just felt like I wasted time and money and energy. But I'd say those.
I went and saw The Last Jedi in the theater, and what was it? 5 minutes in, he's milking the
Yeah.
whatever. I was like, oh, I'm done. I
Yeah.
just wanted to leave. So I don't know. I've lost a lot of love for Star Wars because of that
Yeah.
whole franchise and what they've
Yeah.
done with it. So
Yeah. I kind of
and
just
that.
like, oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I was just gonna say I kind of just stopped paying attention to pretty much anything new Star Wars. Like even if I've heard like, oh well, this is actually pretty good, I don't care. I will always just gravitate towards those original six films, and
Yeah.
like I just don't need the Disney stuff. But
I mean they dramatically improved the prequels based on the
mhm.
last three. I'm like, oh, the prequels aren't that bad.
Oh yeah,
I used to not watch those either. But and Avatar 2, I didn't like the first Avatar, so
mhm.
I'm good with that. So
Yeah.
anyway, we have 2 questions left. Number 24.
Um, let's go with 75.
All right. Well, let's see. Where's it at? This is one of my favorite questions on here, by the way. I'm glad you picked
Oh.
75 because this is one of my interests and hobbies.
Mm.
What do you think is the most important moment in American history?
Mm. It's a great question. Um, I mean, besides gaining our independence from England, which, kind of made us a country,
Sure.
I would say, at least for me, would probably be like the development of like the camera. Because
Okay.
I feel like that just kind of, I don't know, revolutionized everything, like storytelling in general.
Right.
Um, and I don't know fully, I forget like exactly where it originated because I don't know if it came from exactly America or not, but um, I would say just um, I don't know, between like uh, development of the camera or I don't know. Wow, that's a great question. I'm trying to think of a better answer. Um,
I mean, that's a big thing because then people could not just read about history, they could see it,
right.
So,
Uh, um, Either that or, just Henry Ford and just like what he did
sure.
for the automotive industry. I feel like that also changed a lot. So
Definitely.
stuff like that. But
Yeah, good answers. Okay. Final question.
um, let's
No
go
pressure.
with um, let's go 133.
Okay. The final question is what do you think makes a good commercial?
Hmm. Hmm. I would say for it not to be like pushing like a product on you, um, or like trying to like trick you into buying something.
Mm-hmm.
Just say like for I'm trying to think of a good example. Um, I mean, it would have to give you like good reason to buy it or something that's like very like story driven within a commercial. I think of like the Mazda commercials
Mm-hmm.
where it's like it kind of shows like the different stages of the person's life and
Sure.
like it kind of like tells a story within the commercial and like it makes you want to also go out and buy a Mazda
Right.
because you want to also experience the same things that they're experiencing. But yeah, I just say very like story driven would be a good, I don't know, my answer.
Yeah, if it touches an emotion,
Hmm.
that's I'm sure what they're looking for. Well, it's probably the best question to end on, by the way, because Super Bowl is a couple days away.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
kind of a interesting that we ended on that one. But
Mhm.
Kyle, thank you so much. And
Oh yeah,
and when we
yeah.
when we end the stream, just hang on, don't leave. I'll talk to you a few minutes on the other side. But I want to thank you again though for being on. And Kyle's movie collection is linked below in the description of this video. Go check him out. Subscribe, like all the videos, and check everything out. So leave comments. I know you love to interact with your viewers, so make sure y'all do that. As do you have anything coming up in the near future you want to talk about?
Um, I just started a new series, I guess, on my channel. Um, kind of talking about boutique labels. I filmed one video so far of it, where I just kind of talk about, I break down what boutique labels are and just kind of like, what to expect from them. And I'm kind of looking forward to continuing that series and just kind of diving into, smaller and smaller labels, and just kind of, really just, I want to, um, because if you're like a new collector, or if you're new into physical media, you might not even know what a boutique label is. And so I kind
Sure.
of want to just, make videos and explain what those are and, what you can really like find. So that's something I'm looking forward to over the next, upcoming weeks, I guess. But I'm also going to be doing a Valentine's Day special. So I'll have that on my channel as well whenever Valentine's Day rolls around. But um, other than that, I think it's just it's going to be a lot of the same live streams, I guess, and regular videos. But um, and I'm trying to think if I really I don't know. I want to maybe you know start trying to incorporate more of like a Patreon or something like that within my channel, or
Sure.
so that's also down the line a little bit, but yeah.
Awesome. Well, we'll have to collab again down the road
Oh
if you're
yeah.
down. I'm definitely down to talk whatever you want to talk about, horror,
Oh yeah.
anything like that. Coming up on S'mores Indoors next Thursday night, same time, Collectors Inquisition will be back with Tim Talks Talkies. So check out Tim on this same show, same kind of interview. And next Sunday night, time is not set yet, but we will have a selection show. The tournaments are back. We'll have a selection show for greatest movie villain of all time. So we'll set a field of probably 128 movie villains because there's a lot. But stay tuned for that stuff. And once again, check out Kyle's movie collection here on YouTube and Instagram too. Is it Kyle's movie collection on Instagram? Is that right?
Hmm. Hmm.
Yep.
Yep.
All right, guys. Well, until we see you again, take it easy.